These are my 5 people.
Hello.
And today, I'm gonna be cooking an egg for my demonstration. So all you need to do is crack it, throw it in the stove, but make sure you add a scoop of or a spoon of oil, and then you just let it sizzle. The reason why I'm demonstrating how to cook an egg is because it shows the importance of hands-on education, right? So I learned how to cook an egg or cooking because I took a cooking class in middle school. It was a hands-on course. So it showed us the basics of how to cook basic meals for, for daily activities, eggs, spaghetti, simple stuff, for a middle school kid to survive. That's it. That's all it is. You need to eat to survive. So now, imagine a friend teaching you how to play video games, but you had never laid a finger on a game console before. Or being taught how to swim, but never been in a swimming pool. These 2 examples show how frustrating it is to learn new abilities, but have no use for them. So why do we allow our school systems to do the same? Now that my introduction is out the way, your egg should be close to finishing with a simple trick of that on top. So, now to get back into it, our school systems should provide hands-on classes for students to allow them an opportunity to exercise what they have learned, right? For the next few minutes, I will discuss the following: the harmful effects that may arise from not receiving hands-on education, and what cause these harmful effects and solutions for these problems. So now let's dive into the negative effects that may arise. For starters, a student's enthusiasm for the education may decline due to having a repetitive schedule. This will create a loss of interest in their education, and a loss of interest can result in their grades now taking a plummeting, meaning they could go from A to an F. The next harmful effect that may arise consists of students' ability to retain knowledge, right? According to 2025 active learning statistics by Sorrell, hands-on education can prevent students from failing by 1.5 times. Next, we have another article from 2014 called "Active Learning Leads to Higher Grades and Fewer Failing Students in Science, Math, and Engineering" by Bahidia. 34% of students in traditional lectures fail compared to 22% of students in active learning classes. It seems as if more students are failing due to not having any remembrance of what they have learned without hands-on practice. Now, as for the last effect, is that students may fall behind in life due to a lack of real-world experiences. For example, the lack of hands-on education prevents students from developing problem-solving skills, which can lead to self-consciousness and hinder the confidence and ability to apply these skills later in life. What causes harmful effects? So, according to an article from 2024, Education, Learning and Reimagined, the counter move to engage students, it elaborates on how many schools still use a one-size-fits-all system. However, this system doesn't support students who learn and think differently compared to other students. This is a very outdated style of education. It honestly hinders a child's creativity, and it really emphasizes on memorization of book knowledge over hands-on training, which can prevent students from fully grasping and applying what they learned or taught for the real world. Next, we have the school's budget system. Many schools don't have enough funds for hands-on learning, and those that do often have to downsize or cut the programs due to budget issues. Because of budget cuts, some teachers pay for classroom materials themselves. For example, an article from 2022 named "Out-of-Pocket Spending on School Supplies Adds to Strain on Educators" by Litvinov. One teacher specifically paid $40,000 out of pocket for their own classroom. And that's a lot of money for a whole career-wise. The education system often looks at hands-on learning as not important or useful. And I just proved that wrong, So classes like art or cooking are often the first to be budgeted or cut. These classes are labeled as electives, and which makes them seem unimportant. This teaches students that memorizing facts are far more important than learning real life or real world problem solving skills. So now, what are some solutions to these problems, right? Hands-on learning should be treated as an essential, not as an optional. Hands-on classes should count as core credits, not electives, because they're useful in real life and make learning more engaging for the students. According to another article from 2024, Why is Experiential Education Important? A Comprehensive Guide for Parents and Educators by Solomon, it would help students to be able to retain at least 75% more material that they have learned. So next we have schools should receive more funding for students' education. That's a big one. Schools need to receive more government funding or even local support from businesses or just simple donations to help out. Teachers should be properly trained as well to give on-hands education or hands-on classes. Teachers should get training and support to use more hands-on methods with the right tools and opportunities. They can create more effective lessons, and which can benefit the students even more. So today we learned that without hands-on learning, students lose interest, retain less, and aren't ready for the real world, as well as what is the root cause of a one-size-fits-all teaching style. And lastly, the solution prioritizes hands-on learning, improves skill funding, and equip teachers with the right tools needed. Now imagine a world where hands-on learning builds students' confidence from the start. Students would leave school with real-world experiences, not just textbook knowledge. This isn't a fantasy. It can be a real solution that brings joy to both teaching and learning. For example, at the end of my speech, my egg is now almost done. So this proves my point that hands-on education can benefit the student for real world or real life scenarios. And that concludes my speech.